Colley Billie, who is currently serving in his second term as chairman of the Miccosukee tribe of Indians of Florida. Chairman Billie was first inaugurated as chairman on January 5th, 2010, and then inaugurated for his second term on December 4th, 2013. As chairman, Colley Billie works with the Miccosukee Business Council to fulfill their roles as stewards of the Miccosukee people. The tribe is a sovereign domestic nation within the United States, comprised of approximately 650 members, and is located in the heart of the Everglades. The Everglades have been the homeland of the Miccosukee people for hundreds of years, which is where the Miccosukee people still live today. The tribe continues to practice its culture and traditions in the Everglades. At his first inauguration, Chairman Billie made several commitments to his people. He is committed to good governance, protecting and enhancing the tribe's sovereignty, economic development, and environmental stewardship. Chairman Billie works to fulfill these goals for his people every day. Chairman Billie has profound respect for the tribe's beautiful and unique homelands, exemplified in a simple philosophy. Quote, "We must honor the earth from where we are made." His dedication to protecting the tribe's lands and traditional ways of life and culture is intertwined with the tribe's unwavering commitment to protect and preserve the Everglades. Chairman Billie studied management at Stetson University, where he graduated with a BBA degree. My great pleasure to welcome you to this.
Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for allowing me to be here. I want to make an informal introduction before I get started with my prepared presentation. I want to say that I'm Colley Billie. I am the chairman for the Miccosukee Business Council for the Miccosukee Tribe of Indians of Florida. Today is Saturday. Normally, us elected officials like to stay home on weekends, but I decided that this was an important issue, so I came up here. But at the same time, I brought my wife and my daughter. So I just want to say that I brought. I was born and raised in the Everglades. My parents had 7 of us ever since I was little. I remember the Everglades the way it used to be, and it is not the same anymore. We have lost a lot of the animals that we used to see, or at least I used to see. And also back then, I used to swim around in my backyard. We had our own pool, which was the Everglades. And believe it or not, we used to drink directly from the Everglades. But today, the water is more of a tea color. Back in when I was like 6 years old, I remember the water was crystal clear. The Tamiami Canal that runs along Tamiami Trail. I remember we used to be able to see down to the bottom because we used to pluck 15-pound bass with a spear because we were able to see down to the bottom. Today, you can't see down to the bottom. It's all black. It's very disheartening. I wish that my daughter could see what I had seen when I was growing up. And I'm saddened to think that she'll never see what I saw, and what makes it worse for me is my grandkids will never see what I saw. That's what we're dealing with. So I just wanted to bring that up. But anyway, moving on to my prepared presentation, I want to say thank you to the Sierra Club and to all of you attending today for the opportunity to provide the Miccosukee tribe's view on Everglades restoration. While all of us here share the goal of restoring the Everglades, as the people who have lived and continue to live in the Everglades, restoration is essential to the health and vitality of our community. Poor water quality has had and continues to have a devastating effect on our land and community. We believe that restoration must be for all of the Everglades and not just for Everglades National Park. The tribe strongly supports a comprehensive approach to restoration that focuses on improving water quality throughout the Everglades before it is too late and before the Everglades are forever damaged. For hundreds of years, the Everglades have been our home. The Everglades was our refuge as we avoided removal to the west, like so many other tribes were forced to do. For generations, the land and the waters of the Everglades have sustained us. It is part of who we are as people. When it is damaged, we suffer as a people. Because of this, we have always sought to honor and protect our environment through responsible stewardship of the land. However, after years of environmental degradation caused by others, our way of life has been irreversibly altered. When Everglades National Park was first created in 1934, our people who lived in that area were rounded up and forced to live along Tamiami Trail. But we retain strong connections to these lands in the park, and we are committed to preserving this land. We have seen the damage that poor water quality can have on our existing lands. We do not wish to see what has and is happening to our lands in the Water Conservation Area 3A to happen to our historic lands in Everglades National Park. This is why we continue to strongly advocate for improvement in water quality for the entire Everglades. Many years ago, the Miccosukee community noticed changes in the Everglades. Slowly but steadily, areas that our community relied on were disappearing and being replaced by cattails. Steadily, the cattails grew into large areas that overtook our tribal hunting grounds and cultural areas. In response to these changes seen, the community started the Everglades Study Program in 1982 to observe, monitor, record these changes. Today, more than 30 years later, the program still exists as a community science and outreach program to document the effects of nutrient pollution on tribal lands. Because we are the people most impacted by the health of the Everglades, the tribe has fully supported restoration efforts of the Everglades. In an attempt to limit pollution and impact on tribal land, in 1997, the Miccosukee Business Council adopted water quality standards that included a 10-part pavilion standard for phosphorus, which was identified as the main contributor to pollution in our Everglades. In 1999, the EPA approved the standards, making this the first numeric standard for phosphorus in the Everglades wetlands. The Miccosukee 10-part pavilion standard remains the most stringent standard to protect our homelands. In addition, the tribe has been at the forefront of water quality efforts for the broader Everglades. Being a party to the 1991 settlement agreement that created phosphorus standards for Everglades National Park and Waxahachie National Wildlife Refuge. The tribe was also deeply engaged in the development of the Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, or CERP, and supported its passage by Congress. The tribe initiated the efforts that have resulted in the most recent EPA state, quote, framework agreement, unquote, that will construct a series of water quality projects. We have always advocated for true restoration of the Everglades through a holistic approach focused on improving the quality of the water first so that we do not continue to damage the Everglades. While significant financial resources have been devoted to Everglades restoration, efforts have been piecemeal and have lacked coordination and follow-through to completion, leaving many projects uncompleted even after millions of dollars have been spent on them. Instead, projects that do not address water quality and are not even part of the original Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan have moved forward in a seemingly arbitrary way. We have been hearing for the last couple of years that the key to restoration is, quote, send it south, unquote. The Miccosukee tribe would like to see water flows to the south be restored. But this is not attainable until the existing water quality improves. This is why the Miccosukee tribe have been working relentlessly to improve water quality throughout the Everglades. After many years of scientific study, plant overgrowth. Given the enormous costs of Everglades restoration, limited resources must be used wisely and effectively. Miccosukee has and will continue to strongly oppose the bridging of the Tamiami Trail unless and until water quality problems have been resolved. Currently, the water quality of water entering Everglades National Park barely meets or has even violated the water quality standards set under the consent decree. In fact, it is our understanding that there was an exceedance of the long-term limit for phosphorus for water flowing into the Everglades National Park last October. Given these water quality problems, an operational plan to raise the level of the El Cuney Canal in order to flow more water under the bridge and into Everglades National Park will not be permitted due to water quality concerns. Building a new bridge will neither solve these water quality problems nor convey significantly more water to the park. While these water quality problems exist, simply stated, these bridges cannot be used to deliver significantly more water, and the Central Everglades Planning Project cannot be fully implemented without significantly improving water quality first. Rather, while water quality is being addressed to the north, the existing 1-mile bridge and the culverts under the Tamiami Trail, if they are properly maintained, can be used to move as much water as will be allowed to move through the system. Currently, the culverts under the Tamiami Trail and floodgates remain blocked with downstream vegetation preventing more water flows into the park. If these water delivery structures were simply maintained, then they would be more than adequate to flow the amount of water that will be permitted to flow. The Miccosukee tribe has every reason to want historic flows restored, as the limited flows often force water to stack up on the tribe land and Water Conservation Area 3A, flooding our tree islands. This flooding results in the slow but steady destruction of these tree islands, preventing not only our continued use of them, but also the loss of habitat for many animals. But we cannot flow these waters if it is going to further damage the ecosystem. Our land and Water Conservation Area 3A are living proof of the damage that excessive phosphorus can cause. Allowing dirty water to flow throughout the Everglades is not restoration. True restoration begins with fully addressing the water quality problems before allowing that water flow. We recognize that improvements have been made over the years and efforts are currently underway to do more. Unfortunately, improvements in water quality are painfully slow to be realized, often taking years after projects have been completed to see results. More concerning, these current efforts through the EPA state, quote, framework agreement, unquote, still does not address the Western Basin and the L-28 canal system, which dead ends on the Miccosukee Federal Reservation. Nearly 1/3 of all the phosphorus in Water Conservation Area 3A enters the L-28 canal system, and currently there is no specific project designed or being implemented to address the significant inflows of phosphorus. The effects of this have created an area of excessive plant growth that is choking and killing the Everglades ecosystem on our land. As that water flows south through tribal lands and Water Conservation Area 3A, the water is slowly cleaned, but the phosphorus remains. As a result, our land and Water Conservation Area 3A are literally being used as stormwater treatment areas for Everglades National Park. This is why the Miccosukee tribe has said that restoration must address the water quality of all flows of water before entering the water conservation areas, or we will not reach the water quality needed in order to restore water flows to the south. So, I am here today to ask the Sierra Club and all of you to focus your efforts on restoring water quality for all of the Everglades. I ask for your support to stop using Water Conservation Areas 3A as a de facto stormwater treatment area. I ask for your support for projects that will improve the water quality of the L-28 canal system on our lands in the Western Basin. I ask for your support to finish the projects that are needed to clean the water first, so that we may begin to restore the historic flows to the south. Thank you again for this opportunity. It is only by working together that we will be able to truly restore the Everglades. Shonabi Shop, that means thank you, and Miccosukee.